So again, we're here with Karen from Who Haven, who did a great job wearing orange. She got the memo.
Yes, we kind of became twins, didn't we? Match sets.
It's the color of fall. Okay, so fall, you don't usually think of baby animals. I assume that most of them come in the spring. You have to show everybody these two baby squirrels that you brought with you because they're so itty bitty.
They are the smallest we have ever had.
They're so small, you have to kind of make sure that you have them in that bundle.
You sort of have to bring up everything.
Okay.
So the squirrel that everybody saw before is actually kissing one of them. But
my
here
gosh.
is, and I'm
now just
trying
hold it
to,
still and a shot there. Yeah, you go.
This is about a 16-day flying squirrel.
Flying squirrel, and they get rather large, don't they?
Well,
a lot bigger than this.
Oh yeah, they get bigger. If anybody knows what a sugar glider looks like, they kind of resemble a sugar glider. And honestly, they came in at 3 days old and had no fur. And they have to be fed every hour. They have to constantly be warm. They're very much like a hummingbird. Everybody goes, well, birds eat a lot. The smaller they are, the more caloric intake they require. And missing a feeding can actually make a demise.
Really? So it's so important. So when you go somewhere, do they just come with you everywhere right now? Like your mama squirrel.
The basket comes with.
Okay.
So yeah, just to show you, it's kind of...
It's amazing because they're not that far apart in age.
No, they're not.
This one's 3 weeks. This one's 2 weeks, right?
2 weeks, a little more than 2, yep. So isn't that...
Gosh. So is this squirrel going to be bigger as an adult too?
Yes, it'll be about 3 times bigger than what it is now.
Now this one being so large, does it, like I would like
be afraid it would lay on it and squish it?
Well, I would be afraid it would either squish it or bite it, not even trying to be mean, but, you know, do something and hurt it.
They honestly, right now, the teeth thing, they just want to suck and kiss and play, and they all want warmth and let's all snuggle.
So they all share each other's body
They
heat.
do, they do, and what we've discovered over the years is you actually can mix and match babies as long as their eyes are not open yet.
Really? They just assume everybody else is their brother and sister?
Right. They like warm bodies. And one of my coolest pictures, and actually it was my mother's idea, way a long time ago when we did raccoons, we had baby squirrels, and at the end of the season we took in a baby raccoon, and I couldn't find anybody at that time to either give mine to or loan. And my mom goes, oh, honey, I'll bet you can put him in. And we have pictures of like Huey, Dewey, Louie type of thing. Here was this raccoon that was small but big, and all the baby squirrels, and they all just nestled right around like he was mom. And they were fine till everything was, eyes were open, and
So this one, I mean, the big squirrel, its eyes just opened 5 minutes ago for the first time. So now are you going to have to separate them?
No, because his eyes, they'll be fine for about another 5 days.
Okay, that's awfully specific. It's amazing you know that. 5 days and then they're done.
Well, and then that one will require a little more feeding, and then he really will maybe start. He would not hurt them, but he might go over there and lick on them a little hard.
Be a little too rough.
Then, and then you have to separate them.
I have to ask if I can hold one.
Oh,
the little ones. Now I know I was holding them before the show started, and you said whatever you do, don't drop it and keep it warm.
You
because
poor thing.
They have to be just constantly like nestled into something.
Kind of bark orders. Sorry about that.
I don't know if I don't know if this is the same one I was holding before or not, and I don't know if you guys can get a shot of this. How little you are.
And I have to tell you, I'm impressed with the people that found them.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, can you imagine?
How do you find this?
They are now probably a little bit more than twice as big as when we got them. And God love the people that even saw them on the ground, because they actually did look like little mice.
Oh, that's amazing. My father, when I was little, my dad was mowing the lawn. I don't know how he saw it, but he saw a baby squirrel in the lawn, probably about this size. We took it to a vet. It was 4 days old.
Okay.
Had no hair at all. Eyes weren't open. And similar to what you're doing, they gave us a formula to feed it with a little dropper and said keep it under a lamp, keep it warm, pet it a lot, you know. So they, you know, I understand firsthand because I was a squirrel mom for a while there. They take a lot of care.
They do.
So did we do it right? When you find one, go to the vet, or should people call you? What's the reporting process?
Excellent question. For the most part, it's against the law for vets to deal with any wild animals unless they're dealing with a rehabber who is licensed.
Okay.
So it's best to call us. I do ask that everybody remember, of course, I'm a nurse in work, and I'm the one that returns the calls, because if it's going to take you a while to get it up to us, then what I'll do is I'll give you instructions to help you until it gets to Haven.
Because if you know, when you have an animal that you're concerned about, of course you want an answer right away. So if someone calls you and they don't hear back in 15 minutes, you're not ignoring them.
Right.
You're very busy.
You're not going to hear back from me for probably about 3 hours.
Okay.
And then on the recording it says, and I know you've put it up, go to our website.
Yeah.
Because on the
website
it will give you instructions.
Just for at least that 3 hours.
That's right. Keep them warm. Give them sugar water. And can you imagine, I have people ask, well, it won't hurt me, will it? No. Won't hurt you.
Okay. You're talking about babies.
Guys, oh, yeah.
Won't hurt you.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. They're just looking for assistance.
Yeah.
And then can I touch base about the weather?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh.
Yes, please do.
You know,
it's getting colder right now, and that's a big issue for you.
And here's a rule of thumb. When we go to all of our classes, you cannot change any animal more than 20 degrees. Not a hawk, not an eagle, not a flying squirrel.
I would argue that for people too. I've been pretty miserable lately.
I'm there with you. So what happens is, the animals do really well, and it's 74 out, and then it is dropped down to 39.
Yeah.
And if you get up in the morning and you look outside and there's some little baby squirrel laying there, you know, you can't leave it. Even if you bring it in, get it warm, also it's all squirmy, put it back out for about 30 minutes in a little basket and see if Mom will come down and get it. Okay. If she doesn't come down in an hour, chances are she's not coming down. Something happened to her.
Yeah, well, I had this situation with you a few years ago where I actually found a couple of baby possums. Like, again, eyes closed, teeny tiny. And I called Karen up at like 3 in the morning, and we were waiting there for a while. And you know, I had called a police officer who was out there on the road with me, and we were waiting for the mother. The mother wasn't coming, and these poor little guys, you could tell it was like 50 degrees out. They were getting quieter. They were getting more and more still. Like they weren't going to make it. Like so, we were, you know, we picked them up and we started rubbing them like that, just trying our best because they're so fragile. At some point, it's like if the mom's not going to come back, you got to do something.
That's right.
You know?
You can't just leave them there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, we have to take another quick break with this other new one that I just fell in love with, and we'll be right back with some more animals. Again, to report an animal, if you see one in the wild that you think is hurt or needs some help, whohaven.org or call 815-629-2212. We'll be right back.